I read that you started writing music when you were 14,
Yeah.
that you listened to Eminem. I'm from Detroit, so I was like, yes.
Leon. Definitely.
What was your favorite Eminem song at the time?
Oh
And
man, I love Eminem's show. He had an album,
Uh-huh.
and a friend of mine hooked me up to this album. Eminem is a very good lyricist. Like seriously, when it comes to words and wordplay, and that I was pretty big on that in the initial stage, of writing. And 19, 20, I started listening to more souls, and Nat King Cole, Sam Cooke, John Legend, big Michael Jackson fan, just the same. It was like a whole compilation,
I love the mix.
Of course, it's just weird. Bob Marley, just throw him in there,
That's why you're so great.
I'm like a mad scientist, just thinking how can I, come up with something that is unique to me and something that will get a stamp of approval at the same time. It's like being the first cowboy over the hill. What I mean, you never know what you're gonna meet up in till you come back with a bunch of arrows. It's like it's like
That's the perfect, yeah.
Yeah, of course. But you take a chance and you go out on a limb, and if you're serious and you're as passionate about music as I am, then you will willing to take that chance. You know what I mean? So
When did you decide to go for it? Was there a plan B or?
see, I didn't know much about the business, but it felt right. It felt natural, and being that my dad was a singer, songwriter, and I admired him so much, I felt somewhat compelled to, follow in his footsteps. So that was like, a little boost right there. And Jamaica is very musical, so it's very hard, not to be involved in it some way or another. And I'm like, you know what? I want to explore this a little bit more.
What kind of topics were you even writing about when you were 14?
It was basically the same topics, but you know what? As an artist, I think that it's how you put it across. You know what I mean? As I said before, the topics never change. It's love, it's sex, it's all the human emotions. You know what I mean? And human situation. But at the end of the day, it's how you as the artist, you articulate, this message.
Right.
And I think that's why you're called an artist. Just be very expressive with it, and guarantee somebody in the world can relate to it.
What's something that you always bring with you about when you do remember where you came from as you kind of enter this next part of your life?
It's so difficult to get to this place, and it's so easy to lose it. Like in a minute, it can all go downhill, and I've seen it happen to a lot of people. There's so many examples to follow, and not to follow. I mean, there are the good and the bad ones, but I try to always be analytical about it. I use like my downtime to reflect. So I don't party a lot.
Right.
Every chance I get, I use it to reflect. I use it to catch myself.
I admire how disciplined you are, and if you ever sense that you're getting off track, what do you do to bring yourself back?
Fortunately for me, I have really good people. I have an awesome team, and they don't hold back. They will tell me. They'll give me the business. Definitely, they'll give me the business. I have, my family who I try to stay in contact with. I love my mom very much. My mom is definitely my cheerleader. I mean, I love her so much. I worship the ground she walks on. I'm a mama's boy, and I'm not ashamed of it. Of course, yeah. I mean, my mom, she picked up the slack when my dad passed away. She just fell right into place, being both parents, and I know that's not easy, especially for a woman. I've had, people who have been very supportive. But quite frankly, I actually had to work for everything. Right. There was nothing that was handed down to me, And sometimes people see you on TV and they see all the success now, and they think it just happened from out of nowhere, or you just caught a lucky break, But that's quite the contrary, It's
years of hard work.
It's years of hard work. It's a lot of sacrifice, and it's a lot of toiling away and giving up a lot of things. As I mentioned, sacrifice. That's paramount.
Does your mom cook when you go back home?
Yeah, I mean, when she gets a chance to, but I like to cook. Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a country boy to the core. These are the things that I had to learn.
What do you like to cook?
Well, my favorite Jamaican cuisine is stewed peas, like kidney beans.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that with chicken, and it's like a lot of vegetables, and it's delicious.
Kind of like seasoning.
Yeah, Jamaica, spicy goes deep with us.
Yeah.
So I love red pea stew. I love to do rice and peas also. I love kidney beans. By now you can tell. There are other Jamaican cuisine, like most Jamaican cuisine, I can whip it up.
They say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, cause I think that I found myself a cheerleader.